I want to quickly go over some countable and uncountable nouns with food. So this is a list of really common uncountable nouns that are used in food. Some of these are in this picture up here that we did in class. For example, the important ones in this are really the uncountable because the majority of nouns in English are countable and the uncountable ones are the exception. So I really recommend that you memorize the uncountable nouns in this list. And if you know this, you'll do much, much better in future classes. So things like coffee, tea, milk, juice, remember liquids are uncountable. Things like bread, butter, honey, um, things like massas are also uncountable, and things like cheese, beef, pork are also uncountable. So meats are uncountable. Be careful of the difference. For example, chicken, the animal, is countable. You have 5 chickens on the farm, but chicken, the food, is uncountable. So you have a lot of chicken on your plate. Be careful with words like coffee, information, furniture, research, news, rain, work, and fruit. These are all uncountable. These are really common mistakes that people have a tendency to use as countable. Something else to keep in mind is some fruit can be countable or uncountable. For example, papaya. On the left, you have half of a papaya is countable. But when it's cut up in a bowl, for example, like a snack, you'd say there is papaya or there is some papaya for uncountable. So be careful with this. Some words can be both. And finally, there's just kind of a quick explanation about countable singular, countable plural, and uncountable with the grammatical rules. So for countable singular, there is an apple. Is there an apple for questions? And there isn't an apple for a negative. With plural, countable, you say there are some apples. Are there any apples? And there aren't any apples. And finally, for uncountable, there is some milk. Is there some milk? And there isn't any milk. You'll notice countable singular and uncountable both use is. But countable singular says a or an, and uncountable uses some or any. So countable plural and uncountable are the same because when you have positive, they say some. And when you have questions or negative, they say any. So this is the basic rules. You can see an explanation below. And right at the bottom, I give you an exception. Sometimes we say, is there some milk? Are there some apples? Don't worry about this, but you will hear this sometimes in informal speech. So please memorize at least this list on the right, and it will help you a lot on the exam, and it will help you a lot in future English classes because this is really important.